As the 2024 election approaches, millions of Americans will face new hurdles to voting. In 31 states, there are now voting restrictions that will make casting a ballot more difficult than ever before. These laws disproportionately impact non-white, elderly, and disabled voters. They represent the largest rollback of voting rights since the 1960s. This shift was enabled by the 2013 Supreme Court decision in Shelby County versus Holder. This ruling dismantled crucial protections in the Voting Rights Act, allowing states to pass restrictive voting laws with little federal oversight.
Two trends we've seen proliferate over the last few years include restrictions on absentee voting and the criminalization of regular voting behavior. Alabama and Idaho, for example, have passed laws that combine both of these trends in one. New laws in those two states make it a crime to provide certain types of assistance to another voter, them obtaining or returning an absentee ballot.
Many of these restrictive laws have been upheld by conservative judges. Trump-appointed Justices Neil Gorsuch, Brett Kavanaugh, and Amy Coney Barrett have consistently supported rulings that weaken voting protections. Groups like America First Legal, founded by former Trump senior advisor Stephen Miller, have played a pivotal role in amplifying false claims of voter fraud. These claims, despite being debunked, are used to justify restrictive voting measures and erode trust in the electoral process.
When you have no border, when you have millions of unvetted foreigners from over 150 countries pouring into this nation, with no way, no legal ability, let alone a legal requirement to verify that they are citizens, you are inviting grand foreign interference in our elections on an unprecedented scale.
America First Legal has filed lawsuits in states such as Arizona, pushing baseless accusations that foreign citizens are voting illegally.
We've seen a lot of coordinated efforts across the country to do things like purge the voter rolls. In other words, to kick lots of people off them.
Think tanks like the Conservative Partnership Institute, or CPI, have been instrumental in shaping and spreading false narratives about voting fraud. CPI, staffed by Trump loyalists like Mark Meadows and Cleta Mitchell, has pushed the big lie of voter fraud and promoted legislation aimed at disenfranchising non-white voters. Supported by wealthy donors and conservative advocacy groups, these efforts are widespread. The fight for voting rights in America is far from over. In the 2024 election, millions of Americans will face new obstacles that are designed to take their votes away. But the question remains, how much will these restrictions alter the outcome of the election and subvert the will of the people?